So customizing your mobile app. Has everybody downloaded it? I just assume you guys all have.
Yes.
But if you haven't, go to your app store, download it. You shouldn't have any issues getting the new app now.
So hang on, I have a question about that. Because when I went to go download it, it told me I already had it.
It may have updated automatically in your phone. So if you have, let's see, let me pull it up. If you
See
have,
that?
Yeah,
I
that looks
can't
like
see that well, but the white background with the red KW,
Okay.
that's the new one.
All right, I have it.
So make sure when you first open it, make sure you do sign up as basically as a client because you won't have a login. So make sure you do that. And then you'll have to brand yourself. If you click the U button at the bottom right, you just do find an agent and look for yourself. It's pretty easy. So beyond that, let's talk about actually setting it up. So first place I'll direct you to is in Command. Can you guys all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, log into Command, agent.kw.com. I think everybody on this call has done this by now, but click on your name and we'll go into settings.
Hey, can you guys see me? This is Charity.
Nope.
Nope.
We see your
Okay,
name.
good.
At the bottom left. Okay. If that's what you want, then you're good. I am recording
No,
this. I'll post it afterwards and I'll keep doing that for all these. So just so you know, I will record these and you guys can watch it later on.
So you're telling us to go into Command right now and log on?
You can follow along if you want. You can watch whatever you want to do.
Okay.
And so if you go to Connect Settings, your marketing profile, this is the first thing I want to make sure is complete. This is where all your branding comes from. So your picture on the app, your phone number, any of your contact info, it's all pulling from this profile right here. So make sure you go through and fill this out, right? Put your photo, put your logos, fill in anything with a little red star. I tell you to fill out everything anyways, but just go through and fill this out. Make sure you have everything correct. Your own website's not just like kw.com like I do. And you will also find your mobile app link. Let's see, it should be at the bottom down here. If it's not, you can type it in. You can use the link the new app puts out. You can use the old link you put on all your branding before. They all work. It all goes to the same place. So whatever link you have. And the easiest way to test these links is just to copy it and paste it in another tab. Oop, oh, darn it. I clicked stop sharing. 1 second. Okay, I'll just move this down so I don't do that. Let me open a new tab. Okay.
Jeremy, I'm sorry. When you went in to Command, where did you go to get to that page that had all that?
Click on your name and go into settings.
In Command?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're not doing this on our phone, right? We're just doing it on the computer?
Correct. You could do this on your phone, but Command doesn't really play well with your phone, so it doesn't format well. So I would say you probably need to use a laptop or desktop for Command.
And I'm looking at
Maybe
Command settings.
Connect settings.
Connect settings.
Marketing profiles. It's the only option underneath it. So just make sure it's filled out. Make sure to hit save at the bottom. So these links, when you go to them for your app, it's going to pull up a page like this. So when you're sharing it out, this is exactly where your clients are going to get sent. Sending them to this nice landing page. The app's available on their Play Store or on Google Play, and it can text them a link if they want it to. I want to say you get prompted if you go on your mobile phone, but I think I'm sure you can just click one of these two. They're both clickable. And it would go to your app store and you can download it. You want to make sure you're sending out the branded version, right? Because then they won't have to search for you as the agent. That part will already be taken care of.
Right.
Now, just in case you guys haven't seen it, has anybody started sharing out the app yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you may have some of these. If you go into contacts, the way you can tell if somebody's connected with your app, let me look up. I know I am. These little green check boxes. So it says agent site connection. I don't know if it pops up if they go to like your website if you set it up and like register there. But as far as I know, it's just a mobile app. So if they have that little checkbox and they do have your mobile app, they're using whatever email address is underneath this contact. And then you can also see what they're doing. So right here, I can see viewed a new listing. Oakmar is the source, but 899-247 is the MLS number. I can also click on this, and it's just going to open it right up. Show me what listing they were looking at. So we want to make sure we're definitely getting it branded right. So we don't really need to look at the listing, but this is valuable information for you guys to have, right? We want to try to get everybody connected we can, and of course we want them using our app so we can see this sort of stuff. You can also do these save searches now. These push out to the mobile apps. So if you want to set up a search on your client's app, this is just like setting up an MLS search. You just put in whatever you want to call it. You can set up specific neighborhoods. So if they're looking at just like Oak Tree or Valencia or something, you can just do that. But you can also put in all the other details, right? Price ranges. I haven't really messed with keywords yet, so I have no idea how well that works. But property types, listing statuses, beds, bathrooms, this is all pretty normal stuff. But those listing searches you're setting up in MLS, we should definitely come in here and mirror that in their mobile app. So it's right there ready to go the second they open it up. So that kind of takes care of the purpose. Like that tells us as agents why we want to actually have them use this app other than it's just neat. But to actually customize it, make sure your information's on it, that agent profile is important under your settings, but you also need to go down to the last little applet on the left-hand side called consumer. This used to be sites. So if you're like, I swear I've been there and it wasn't called consumer, you're right. They changed this name at Family Reunion. It's called consumer because it is your website and your mobile app now, not just your website. So if you've done your marketing profile and you've set up your website, there's not too much left to do here. However, if you have not set up your website, so that's this middle tab, agent site pages, you should be able to click this and see that you have pages set up on your website. If you haven't done this, do it. I don't think it's not going to stop you from doing anything with your mobile app, but you just want to make sure everything's set up everywhere possible. So you can click configure your site right here and it will take you into the guide to help set up your website. But if you go to site and app settings, you can access that same guide there. You can also get to the guide for the mobile app. So right below where we click site and app settings is learn more with Kelly Guides. You just click on that and it's going to ask you what you want to do. Are you trying to edit your website? Are you trying to edit your consumer settings? I wish that said consumer app or something, but it is the consumer app. So this is the one we're talking about today. But hopefully you're going to get the impression here that they are pretty integrated with each other, right? So there's a reason they're both in the same section. They kind of use all the same tools. You want to make sure you set up your website too, along with your mobile app.
Hey, Jeremy, I missed where you got to that right there.
Oh, I just clicked. So we're down in the consumer tab on the left.
Yes. I got that. And configure your site, right?
Just go to site and app settings first.
Oh, okay. I missed that one. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And then learn more with Kelly Guides. So that'll open up whichever one you want.
All right. Thanks.
Like I said, today we're going to go through the mobile app guide. There's honestly not too much for you to customize. If you've done your marketing profile, that's the biggest part. Yeah, there's only really two things in the mobile app you need to change. So I'm going to go ahead and press continue on this. Yeah, I didn't make any changes, but okay. So it opens up this guide.
Okay, I'm sorry. Are we doing agent site or consumer settings?
Consumer settings is your mobile app, so we're going to do that one. Yeah,
Mine
it's just not really clear.
Well, mine was being really slow, and I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, okay, I'm caught up.
I don't even see where it says consumer settings.
So, did you click learn more with Kelly Guides?
I'm in the consumer page, and then it says to the right of that, landing pages, agent site pages, guide builder, site and app settings.
So go to site and app settings first.
Okay.
We want to go through this guide because there's one particular piece in here that you cannot change anywhere else other than in this guide. So we have to go through it. But learn more with Kelly Guides right here, and that will take you to where we were in Consumer
Got
Center.
it. Thank you.
Welcome. So this guide, just scroll down and click Get Started. I mean, feel free to read through this stuff if you want, but it's kind of general knowledge stuff. So when you click Get Started, then Next, it does kind of link you to some Connect resources here. So if you want to watch some videos on this stuff, there's stuff out there. But once you continue and Next, you get to this page right here. And this is that web page I pulled up just a couple minutes ago to show you guys where it takes your clients. So it's just kind of telling you what we're actually customizing right now. So app download, it's not too obvious, but you just click the arrow. I think you can click next down here. Yeah, you can just click start at the bottom as well. And then it actually opens up so you can start editing things. Again, there's not a whole ton to edit here, so this shouldn't take you too long to get through. But hero text, if I'm being completely honest, I am not 100% sure where it shows up on this page, but I know it shows up on this page. So this would be kind of your generic, oh gosh, I always blank here. I don't even have a good one. Search for.
Could I just put something like, let your favorite Texan turned Oklahoma realtor help you buy and sell homes in the Oklahoma metro area? Is that too much?
That's probably too much. There is a limit here. It just doesn't tell you what it is. Neighborhoods and so, you know, it's something short and sweet, right? It doesn't. It's just like a call to action, a tagline kind of section that we just need to fill in. So this is what I was saying. You can't fill this out in the regular place where you edit the rest of the app. You have to do this in the guide. So let me see. I don't actually know. So you can see that I even with just that saying, I'm almost out of room. Like that's the max you can put. So it can't be quite as long as you wanted, Amy. But yeah, you can probably reword it and get it in there. Now, the rest of this, you can't actually edit this stuff yet. We will be able to eventually. Well, I say that. Yeah, we can't edit it. So they are going to give us that ability where if you wanted to make a custom app code, you could. We just can't do it yet. So right now, just do your hero text, and then we'll do save and continue. And now the fun stuff starts. So if you guys have played with the app, you probably saw, I think it's the middle section. Yeah, this middle section on your app is called guide. That's what we're actually editing here. So this is your guide through the transaction with your clients. So either there's a buyer guide and a seller guide that just walks them through the process. So I don't know, it probably says that much right here. Customized buyer or seller guide templates so your clients help your clients effortlessly move through their transaction. These are powerful. There's a lot of potential here, but you do have to set it up. So, so when you hit start, it tells you you have to choose your buyer or seller guide. You will need to set up each guide. So once we go through the buyer guide, it'll take us right back to this exact spot, and we need to make sure we choose seller guide the second time. But I'll just choose buyer guide and hit next. And so this is the first part that I would probably say it's important to make sure you do this. You can title your guide, which you can just leave it as a default if you want. But down here in the description, the message is pretty good. It's pretty generic, nothing crazy going on here, except this right here. Everybody's default says Paul will be providing insights. I don't know any Pauls, so make sure you go in there and change that, right? We don't want somebody on one of your apps to see that, you know, Paul is going to call them, but no, it's actually you, or even, I don't know if there's anybody on Teams on here, but, you know, put I or we or me or your name or something identifiable, not Paul. We will need to do that in both the guides. So we're in the buyer guide right now, but we will need to do that for the seller guide as well. So just make sure you do that. That's the big one. I think there's like one more formatting thing they got wrong somewhere. They put like a comma and it needs to be a period. I don't see it, but just read through it. You know what? Just double check them, right? There is no punctuation at the end either. So if
Right.
if that's something for you, you know, make sure you put a period at the end or an exclamation point or whatever you want. But other than that, it's good to go. You can totally customize this message too. So if you want to completely erase it and say something that's, you know, more in line with what you would say, feel free. You know, not going to hurt anything. Just make sure you do this on both guides, right? So once you fix your message, once we change Paul, I'll go ahead and do it. I swear I've done this before.
What do we do for your timeline? This says title, your timeline guide. Do we just leave that alone?
Yeah, you can leave it alone. You can change it. So if this is a buyer guide, you could, I mean, I could change this to like a guide to buying a new home, or a guide to buying your home, or
Okay.
whatever you wanted. But yeah, it's just a name. The clients will see it. So, you know,
You know what, Jeremy? It's on my my little profile picture on the side. It says my name, and then it says Charity Germain Real Estate, not provided. What did I do wrong?
Charity Germain Real Estate. So like right after where mine says KWCO team.
Yeah, mine doesn't say any of that. Mine says Charity Germain Real Estate, not provided.
In your marketing profile, your address has 2 lines to it, and you didn't put in anything in address line 2, and that should be city, state,
Oh.
zip. So,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so that's in under that where we first went under settings. You can
Yes.
fix it in there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So once you click next, this is where it opens up the actual guide. So the first part was just the introduction, and then there's this part. This is the actual process. This is what your client sees in their app, and once you start an opportunity with that client, if they're connected with your mobile app, you or the client can go through and check off that these things have been done. So it's an interactive guide that you're meant to update both you guys if something has happened, right? So maybe we've got past pre-approval, or we've already made an offer. We can check these things off. So as far as editing this, there's a picture, a title, and a description. It doesn't get too much more complicated than that. Title, description, picture. You can completely delete the step. All the way at the bottom, we can add more steps, and I don't know if we can do it here. Okay. Oh, we can't. Right here. This little this icon over on the left or the right-hand side will let you reorganize them.
Oh, nice.
So you can take this and completely customize it to how you run your business, and that's the intention, right? No 2 agents, no matter how alike they are going to go through all the same steps. You may like what it says, and you can totally leave the default text there. You may want to adjust it. You may want to change pictures. Let's see. I'm on a buyer, so it makes sense that there wouldn't be anything really on. Oh no, there should be financing on here somewhere, right? For buyers, they need money.
Jeremy, I'm sorry. I had to step out and deal with my coworkers.
Mhm.
Where it says title for your timeline guide,
You're just titling it, so you can leave it timeline guide if you want. You could do like a guide to buying your home or a guide to selling your home. Your
Okay.
clients will see that, but it's just titling it.
okay.
Now, I've just to share thing. You guys, I'm sure you can read through these and think of wonderful ways to use this or more things to add. So just to plant more things into your head, like this get pre-approved section. I'm trying to find it over here. I'm already on. I've seen things with people. They'll talk about Keller Mortgage here. Maybe you want to talk about contacting a local lender, and maybe you put a picture of Ted and Jeanette in their logo.
That's
There's
cool.
like, just think of these things, right? There's a lot of options here. A tour of homes. I don't know. I can't think of a really good picture there, but maybe we have a really good turnout on tour one day, and you just ask all the agents to, stand together so we can do a quick picture real quick. Be creative, right? Everybody has these same stock photos, but run with it and personalize it. If you want to talk about specific, lenders or specific home inspectors or anything like that, you can put your recommendations, as long as it'll fit. You can put them right in here. So you may want to save that for a conversation later on. Another reason to reach out and talk to them. So I heard some really great ideas at Family Reunion when they were talking about this. And I just love to hear some from our own agents too. So I mean, everybody's gonna be a little different here. But this is the biggest thing for customizing your app, is making sure you go in there and actually set these guides up, because that's the whole purpose of this, right? We want a reason to use this because they're doing a transaction with us. If we're just sending our app out and everybody's using it, that's great. But if it's not turning into business, then we need to adjust what we're doing.
Mhm.
Jeremy, I have a question. What were some of the cool things that people put for the get pre-approved?
So Keller Mortgage was the big one they talked about with that, because that's something completely online. It's integrated with other KW products, and they actually notify you because you're the agent, and they have to access it through you. So that was the big aha or suggestion from Family Reunion, was this is a wonderful place to have that conversation, is what, what's right for you. Would an internet lender like Keller Mortgage be a good option for you? Do you need a local lender because they have some, different programs and other flexibilities that maybe Keller Mortgage doesn't? Other than that, one of the big things, and honestly, I heard several people say these first two, start your search and get pre-approved, they would flip these, because they don't want to start a search until they know they're pre-approved, right?
Yeah, that's what
How
I
can you
did.
even start looking before you
I
don't know
did.
what you can buy?
Yeah, I already switched mine to get pre-approved first because I know that's the first step. That
How do you do that? You just move it?
Yes. So, let me go back.
Like I can,
yeah, see those little dots right there on the all the way to the right, Amy?
uh-huh.
He's right. You can just adjust them.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's very fancy. Oh, I like it.
I know, I love that kind of stuff.
Why
Like
won't
it
you
easy.
do it for me?
Well,
There-
and think about this too. First thing you do when you talk to a client, first thing you should do, is at some point give your mobile app to them, right?
Yes.
And then they're just going to be naturally curious. They're going to go in there and play. We all will. But when they click on guys and look at this, how much easier is that conversation now? Because they've already seen it, right? It's part of the process. All they have to do is look at the app, and they can see that's the first step. Before you even look at homes, you got to get pre-approved.
Right.
They don't know you put this together.
Yep.
So I mean, you think about those things too, right? I mean, maybe on a listing, and they have different steps for a listing or for a seller, of course, but maybe in that one of the steps in selling is getting the home ready to be staged, or whatever that looks like. Fixing small, patching small holes in the wall, right? However you want to term that stuff, but you can build that into your process.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody doesn't need it, but those people that do, well, now it's expected, and it's just to them it's standard for everybody, and really it is anyway.
Okay, so let me ask a question. So I'm customizing this guide right here. So pre-approve first, start your search and tour homes. Would
Mhm.
you say make an offer and then execute a contract, or would you say maybe execute a contract, home inspection? I mean, I don't know, like what, I've never sold yet, so I'm not sure what the best order would be for them to say, okay, to make sure that they know that they're doing this the right way. Because with the contract, would that basically be like you're signing with me to let me be your agent? I mean, could that all be lumped into like contract, or is that just the contract for the house?
I would think that's the contract for the house.
Okay.
And for if you're on the seller guide, if that comes before make an offer, well, you wouldn't have make an offer on seller, would you? So yeah, never mind.
So make an
Yeah, and
offer.
I don't know, and
execute.
I don't know the process nearly as well as I should by now.
Okay.
But like home inspection, doesn't that come after you do the offer? Right?
Home inspection comes after the executed contract. Like after you make an offer and execute the contract.
And maybe I did this to my own guide at some other point. So offer should really be up here, right? Like before execute contract.
Make an offer should be before execute contract, yes.
Okay. So
Well, that's what I have. Yeah. I have offer, contract, home inspection, home insurance, warranty, and close. Is that a good order, Amy?
Yeah, that's what was already on here.
Yeah, I just changed the,
Search tour homes, make an offer, execute contract, home inspection.
yes. I just changed the first 3 around, so I just wanted to make sure that those were good. All right,
And you
thank
can
you.
always come in here and adjust this, right? So we're going through the guide right now. Let me just click. I'm actually going to close the guide. You guys can stay in it so you can finish it, but I'm going to close it so I can show you the other way to get in here. And you're going to see it's exactly the same, like everything you see. So once you've done this, the main reason I wanted you to go through the guide the first time was for that hero text. Once you've done that, to go in here in the future, it's this other tab right here that I didn't click on, Guide Builder. We're still under Consumer. So haven't left that yet.
Okay, wait. So you left, where did you go after that? Go,
I closed my guide. So you finish it in the guide.
oh, okay,
I just want to show you it looks exactly the same after you've done it.
gotcha.
So once you go to Guide Builder, I think this is a little easier, but you need to go through that guide once. You can see there's buying and selling, buyer guide, seller guide, and you can just hit the edit button to start editing them. And it's almost exactly the same screen, right? The same steps, and you just click on them and you get the editable part over here.
Hang on, Jeremy, I'm sorry.
I'm lost.
I have buyer's guide, but where did you see seller's guide?
So so you need to click through buyer's guide first,
Okay.
and then you should see seller. Once it takes you back to asking you to choose which guide you're doing, you just need to choose seller's guide to do it. Or you can close out, once you've done that hero text, you can close that kind of walk through it's taking you through and just come to Guide Builder and do it yourself.
I never did get to the, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Fine.
Is that review and enable guides that get you to the seller guide?
Let me click through it real quick.
I'm on the page that says Guide to Buying. Congratulations on starting the process of buying your home. This timeline will guide you through the steps required. Paul will be providing insights on each step.
Change Paul.
Change Paul.
Yeah, change it to I or your name or something like that.
What am I doing?
Okay,
Let me click through the buyer guide real quick just to see where you're at.
next. Okay, so everything's done. Buyer guide's done. Closing. So then add guide step, delete this guide step. I'm at the end, or do I just go to next?
Oh, do next. So yeah, then you should be.
So now at this page, I've got the light bulb, review and enable guides. It says number 3, Guide Builder, review and enable guides, and then there's a buyer's guide with a little pencil. Do I want to add a guide?
Yes, and you'll add a seller guide. So where they're going with this, and that tells you, right now we can only have one of each, but that is going to change at some point. So you might have different types of buyer guides set up, right? Maybe for a cash buyer, you have a certain guide than you have for a financing buyer. Maybe your investors have their own special, guide to go through this. So, but right now we only have the one of each. But yeah, eventually you'll be able to do them all.
Okay, so whenever we go back and it says learn more with Kelly Guides, is it agent site or consumer settings that we click?
Consumer settings to get to this part. Agent site will take you to setting up your website.
All right. Okay,
It'd
next.
be so much easier to do
Oh,
if
perfect.
I had both hands.
I can imagine. Especially typing. So there's Paul again.
I type the right way. Like I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I went back to look at this, and it's funny because I put in, whenever I was correcting it, I put in we will be providing insights. But when I went back, now it says my name.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
Now, like I said, even the introductions, there's 2 introductions, one for the buyer guide, one for the seller guide. So you might be looking at the other one. So maybe
Let me
it's,
see.
but then I just reiterate that to make sure you guys go in and change them both.
Yep. On the buyer's guide, it said my name, but not on the seller's guide. So we got to change that. But it's funny how it said charity and not we.
I haven't seen it do that for anybody. I haven't seen it just plug in their name.
Huh,
but that doesn't mean it wouldn't. I just haven't seen it.
interesting. Maybe it's updated.
So, and yeah, seller guide's a little different. So, yeah, I would definitely add more to the seller guide because that's pretty bare.
Yeah, sure.
I definitely want a staging in there. You know, maybe put hold open houses or brokers opens or something as a step. You definitely put more in here.
Oh yeah, there's like nothing.
So the buyer guide has a little more, but yeah, either way, I think they both need work, honestly, and everybody's a little different. I just looked at I didn't know how dark it was in here. But either way, yeah, go in there and customize it so it reflects just how you do business. Once you're done with all of them, I don't think, yeah, okay, you can only do 2 now. So the last thing it takes you through this step 4 up here is Smart Plan. So this is the Smart Plan available to promote your mobile app. It has an email it sends out, and then 2 text messages it will schedule, or if you have Twilio, it will text them out for you. So this is the built-in way to send your app out to everybody. It'll send them a link with your branded link. You can also, I'll stand back up. You can just copy the link that you share from your phone and either text it directly to somebody or email them or whatever works there. Share it out to Facebook. Any of that will work too.
Oh wow, you can
just
share
one
it
of
to
the Smart
Facebook.
Plans built in. So yeah, the way you share it to Facebook, just copy the link and then post it and say whatever you'd like to say.
Awesome.
But yeah, as long as it has the, so it'll be like app.kw.com/ the part after the slash is going to be different for everybody. It's like KWJ random numbers and letters, like 4, 5, 6. That's how you know it's actually branded. If it doesn't have that, then don't share it out.
You know yourself up next to practicing.
I'll just go to next, and that's the entire guide. So, like I said, setting up those buyer and seller guides are the main thing you want to do. Other than that, your marketing profile, just to make sure your information's correct, but that should really be it. Other than that, start sharing it out, and then we can start seeing what your clients are actually doing on it, right? What properties they're looking at. We can start setting up searches, and we can actually utilize it.